Susan Waters with Exceeding Joy. Our scripture this week is 1 Peter 2, verse 4 to 5, which says, "Coming to him as to a living stone, rejected indeed by men, but chosen by God and precious. You also, as living stones, are being built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God through Jesus Christ." Today we're going to be looking at the segment, Rejected but Accepted. And in the three translations that I read on Sunday, the first one, that segment said, "Rejected indeed by men, but chosen by God and precious." And the next one said, "Which men rejected and threw away, but which is choice and precious in the sight of God." And the last one, "He was rejected by people, but he was chosen by God for great honor." Jesus understands rejection. And oftentimes when we've been rejected, we feel all alone and that people, no one understands. And yet Jesus does. He was rejected by one of his close friends. One of the 12 disciples, Judas, betrayed him with a kiss. And in that betrayal, it was a close friend that Jesus poured into for 3 years. So he does understand. Psalm 118, verse 22 says, "The stone which the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone." And Acts 4:11 says, "This was the stone that was rejected by you builders, but has become a chief cornerstone." It's so important to remember that Jesus understands our pain and he understands rejection, but God's acceptance is greater. And Jesus paid the price for so much on the cross. He paid the price so that you can be free from rejection and healed from the pain. So I have 4 challenges for you today. The first one is receive God's acceptance. You want to declare that, "God, I receive your acceptance." Challenge number 2. This might be a little difficult for some people, but I want you to list the people who have rejected you. Challenge number 3. For each person on the list, pray and ask God to heal your heart. Sometimes we forget that even though we've chosen to forgive the person, our heart's still bleeding because we've been stabbed. We want to ask God to heal our hearts. Don't make it a blanket prayer, "God heal me from everyone that's rejected me." Name each person and receive God's healing. And challenge number 4, do the great exchange. With each person that rejected you, give that rejection to God in exchange for his acceptance. His acceptance triumphs over any rejection because there's no greater person that could accept us than God. He's the highest authority. So bless you as you walk in God's acceptance today. We'll see you tomorrow.